Let's watch this week's episode and let's see what will happen.
Pokemon Ranger! I choose you!
What's up my dear boys and girls, it's your Ranger Boy here and welcome to another review of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. Today we are tackling episode 30, Lilie, Take Good Care of Pikachu. And well, this episode was the one kind of episode that wants to tell the audience one proper message, which is fuck all the other characters because Lilie is best, fuck the rest, part 2. Before I will start my story recap, of course I not only have to add the missing faces of episode 28 into my funny face counter, but also the funny face expressions of episode 29, and there were plenty of them. And after all that, let's grab some popcorn, grab some cookies, and let's do this! So the episode starts with a Pokemon race. Are we back in episode 2 again with the whole Alolan surprise party thing? And the only Pokemon who of course couldn't take part in this is Turtonator. After that rather boring introduction, our sexy Professor Kukui enters the classroom and for some odd reason stares into the nothingness before telling the class that they have to exchange Pokemon, followed up by this reaction. Was that really necessary? Anyway, Kukui further explains that the class needs to learn about the natures of other Pokemon, which immediately is followed up by complaints like I don't want to get separated by Poplio, or I don't want to play with our Pokemon but electric types. And people still ask me why in my opinion Lana and Sophocles are the worst developed characters in this anime. Really? But guess who's the one person who's open to everything and wants to play with other Pokemon as well? It's Lilie! Because she's the best! So Lilie exchanges with Ash while Lana gets Turtonator, aka the Pokemon nobody wants.
All around me are familiar faces.
While Marlo gets Togedemaru, and both immediately build some sexual tension between each other. And that's why Togedemaru never had a chance against Baniri. Hashtag Lagomorph shipping. And everybody now gets separated from their Pokemon, and it seems like that only Lana and Sophocles are bothered from all this. Will Poplio be okay? Please don't leave me, bae. She's mine now. Man, Marlo really prefers girls over boys. But just like the anime itself, let us not bother with the others and let's just focus on Lilie. Arriving at her mansion, Lilie immediately tries to get in contact with Pikachu with minor success, and that's why she decides to analyze Pikachu's nature from a very far distance. Meanwhile, the other members of the group seem to have problems as well. Togedemaru spreads evil and chaos throughout Marlo's restaurant. Steenie doesn't seem to be interested in Sophocles at all. I wonder fucking why. Kiava can't even look Poplio straight in the eyes without getting nervous. Please don't look at me, please don't look at me. Ash, after all these years, still can't connect with girls, vintage Ash, and people are finally interested in Turtonator. So after this montage of showcasing the Sun and Moon group, besides Lilie, having problems with the Pokemon, the episode follows up with another montage of the Sun and Moon group, besides Lilie, quickly solving their problems. Steenie sleeps with Sophocles to take away his fear from the dark. Also, man, that's creepy. Poplio helps Kiava calming down some Tauros. Lana and her sisters are playing and washing Turtonator. Okay? And the only thing Ash can do to connect with this sassy girl is to train with her. Again, vintage Ash. And because we rushed through the group in such a record time, it's once again time for Lilie to get some emotionally crafted and well-focused minutes of development. Yay! Because while the others only had minor problems, Lilie still couldn't touch Pikachu properly, and that's why she decides that the best way to properly bond with Pikachu is to battle with it. So it's Lilie versus Butler James, and the Butler of course has the upper hand since Lilie never battled properly before. Lilie then realizes that trainer and Pokemon have to trust each other. They do exactly that and they win. Haha! Lilie won against James, but Ash couldn't do that. Like, come on man, everybody can win with OP Pikachu. But after that match, Pikachu and Lilie share an awesome and emotional hug with each other, which once again develops Lilie way ahead of the other members. They return back their Pokemon and we get a battle between Ash and Lilie hinted, which Lilie most probably won because it's Sun and Moon. So that's the episode, and without any more hesitation, let's get right into the ratings. What can I say about the story? The best part of the episode, obviously, was Lillie's further development, and she now got one step closer, if not even completely overcame her problem of touching Pokemon. The few moments we had between Pikachu and Lilie felt really endearing and really emotional. It definitely was the highlight of this episode. Unfortunately, that was the only good thing, because the rest of the interactions were nothing compared to Lillie and Pikachu. Lillie's problem was an emotional one, which in the end helped her to develop even further. Every problem the rest of the Sun and Moon group had with the other Pokemon were just random slice of life problems. Instead of using Togedemaru to sleep, he just replaced her with Steenie's aroma. Kiawe just used Poplio to solve his day-to-day problem at the farm. Marlo just used Togedemaru to clean up her restaurant. Lana didn't even have a problem to begin with and only used Tortinator to keep her little sisters busy. And Ash solves every problem with training. And the funny thing is that this episode actually had the potential to be a development episode, or at least a first step of development for those characters who are so poorly developed. It has been hinted at the beginning of the episode that both Lana and Sophocles depend too much on their Pokemon, and therefore maybe throughout the episode they could have learned to be more independent. Another hinted problem which could have led to development is that Kiawe couldn't handle water-type Pokemon, and therefore maybe throughout the episode he could have been able to overcome that fear or barricade between him and water types. But it all ended up in this huge mess of slice of life plot with no proper solution whatsoever, and it's such a shame. Potential steps to the right direction completely wasted. Last but not least, I have to talk about how the writers have structured this episode, which just underlines that Lilie is the favorite member of the writers. We start the episode with the Pokemon Exchange project, followed up by 1 till 2 minutes of the writers describing Lillie's problem in detail. This is followed up by a rushed montage of the rest of the gang having problems with the Pokemon, followed up by another rushed montage of the gang solving that problem, and then followed up by 4 till 5 minutes of detailed and emotionally crafted writing of Lilie solving the problem. We all knew that Lilie was the anime's fave girl, but why make it so obvious? It's disrespectful towards the members, especially towards Sophocles, Kiawe and Lana. I really hope that Lana will get proper development in episode 33, but story-wise this was so poorly written and so much based on favoritism. P.S. They even had a new opening, and even that was just a montage. A montage of past episodes. Bravo. 5 out of 10. What can I say about the focus? The title states it perfectly. It's all about Lillie and Pikachu, and nearly everything was all about those two. Emotional wise, development wise, and even when it comes to the story writing. Everything was so hyper focused on Lillie and Pikachu. I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because all these aspects I have stated before have been cramped in under like 6 minutes, and therefore when it comes to screen time it wasn't entirely focused on the plot, but still the most convincing 9 out of 10 I can give. Last but not least, animation. I'm really surprised because when it comes to animation and art style there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, come on guys, if you want to even point out how emotional the Lillie Pikachu segment was, then go all out. Just go all out. You had the sunset right there. So how about give Lilie a more emotional expression through her eyes, or good shadowing, or whatever. But long, they battle on an open field. So how is good shadowing even possible? Okay, how can you explain this right here? This moment right here. This one shot of Lillie's desperate face is a good example of how they could have expressed emotions through art style and animation. And they just did exactly that on 3 occasions. When she tried to find a solution for the problem, this depressing expression right here, and her happy expression after she won with the teary eyes. The rest of the episode, there was nothing. Very disappointing, 4 out of 10. So this episode scores a 6 out of 10. And I can recommend this episode to only the very hardcore Lilie fans out there, but for the rest of the fans, so disappointing. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode review. And just like always, see you guys in the comment section down below. Bye guys!